is good to go. Alright. I think we are good. Then we're going to go full screen. Let me just double check it real quick. Sweet. Awesome. We are rolling, dude.
All right, is this the growth hormone episode?
Yes, sir. This will be the growth hormone episode.
The
Episode 2
love-hate
of the
relationship.
Madmoon podcast here.
Yes, sir.
Got that graphic coming soon and all that shit. I'm gonna try to make sure I put that in this video too.
I would be sick. I'm stoked on that. What's funny about that, dude, is I was telling my wife about it, and she was like, "Oh, that's cool. He incorporated his name in that too." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even catch that."
that was my whole intention behind it. I was like, oh,
I
that'd
know.
be sick. I can spin the
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, "Of course." It makes way more sense.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We were talking a little bit about the GH and shit. So you were telling me, I guess you've been having the same thing going on. Like you've had to lower your dose too.
Yeah, but I think for different reasons. Mine, I'm trying to suss out this proteinuria shit I got going on. You know, the bubbly piss that I was talking to you about that.
Yeah.
It's kind of tripping me out, if I'm being honest, because like protein in your urine's not good. Everything I research about it basically says you're fucking dying, right? You're like kidney failure. I have come up on some interest. Like the more I dive, and I'm not gonna lie, like I use AI to look a lot of shit up. So maybe I'm biasing outcomes that I want to see with my prompts. But the more I look into it, the more it seems like there's an adaptation that happens when you're on gear. And now I'm discovering growth hormone called glomerular hyperfiltration, where basically, like, in layman's terms, like the inner workings of your kidneys, like your nephrons, they adapt to the increased like nitrogen retention and protein turnover, and they let protein pass instead of trying to filter it all out and getting strained from that. And apparently, a lot of people experience this. I was talking to my boy Dom that we're going to talk to next week, and another one of my homies that's a competitor group chat, and both of them were like, "Yeah, bro, foamy pee is nothing. We both have it like all the time." And I was like trying to tell him like, "Yo, that's probably not good." But I think it could be GH related more than gear related for me. I cut my rebound short last year because I was tripping out on the foamy pee, and like pretty much immediately the foam abated, went away. I pulled my growth hormone at that point too. I just assumed that it was, I don't know, dropping the Anadrol or whatever in the injectables.
Yeah.
And then I missed a GH shot the other night, and I had clear pee, and I was like, oh. Didn't put the pieces together till today, so I'm gonna do a little experiment and not do my shot of GH tonight. See what happens. Yeah, just to see, and you know, I don't know. I'm if I'm being honest, I'm kind of scared. If it does persist, I'm kind of scared of what the implications are.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I dude, because mine's foamy a lot too. But when I pull labs, man, there's nothing that like is alarming. So I'm kind of wondering, because you said there's like this adaptation. The nephron have an adaptation like within the the kidneys and stuff. I'm wondering if they also have an adaptation to how they excrete and like hold sodium too. If that could potentially just be why it's so foamy in itself. With the because you know how GH like flux or changes how we hold sodium and all that too. So I'm wondering if gear and GH in combination probably there's probably something there going on for sure.
So, yeah, I know that they definitely. I mean, like you were saying, it makes you watery, right?
Yeah.
Water retention. I was just listening to a podcast with Justin Compton and Dom Cardone today, and Justin was saying how, or Dom was saying, I think rather, that one of his guys, anything over 3 IU's, like just major imprints from the socks and his ankles.
Yeah.
And you think that sodium, like the renin, aldosterone, angiotensin, whatever the. I'm not a scientist, bro.
I'm wondering,
You
dude,
know,
because in prep I can push the dose up high. I can run a lot
yeah,
of GH in prep, and then now that my carbs are high, dude, anything even with 4 IU's, I'm getting water retention, but it's not as bad. But I was on, so it's like technically it's like 6.8 or something like that, whatever it equates to, because it's 24 IU stuff, and I do what is it, you know, zero point 0.3 mLs every day or whatever. So that's I think it's like 6 point. I can't remember.
those are my favorite kits too.
It's almost
The 24s.
Huh?
Those are my favorite kits too. The 24.
Oh, dude, they're the best. They're so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the other day we were doing legs and I did crazy hacks and all that. So I had my knee sleeves on and just warm around my legs like on the way home over my sweats and everything. So I got sweats on, I got long socks on, then I got these on. When I got home, dude, the indentions on my legs were like so deep. I was like, this is not good. So I actually accidentally missed my GH shot. I wasn't even planning on not taking the GH. I was like, well, I'll just, do extra cardio, get some extra movement, like that type of thing. Accidentally missed the GH, but so much water came off. And then like my ankles looked way better the next day. And I was like, let me just hold off and not do it. And so I did that, and then I was like, well, let me just lower it because I left it out for 2 days, and I lowered it to 4 IU. So I'm just gonna stick around there and see how that goes. Seems to be okay here.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's not weird because it happens to a lot of people. You're a blue collar worker, right? I'm sure you get the indentations from your work socks, like the tube socks that we wear, like anyway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you don't notice it until something like that happens. But everything that I ever heard about like pitting edema like that is like just not fucking good. You know what I mean? It's
that's how I am. I've heard nothing but bad about that, so I just like immediately
that's like
out.
That's like what they say is like heart failure, kidney failure, all that shit. But if it abates with one night of a missed GH shot, that tells you likely it's just from that. And do you think there's? I mean, I've heard this discussed over and over, but there's something about like these generic Chinese growth hormones that just behave differently than like a. I've never taken. Actually, I have taken Pharma GH. I took the Nagenla stuff. It was very lackluster.
See, that's what I've always heard. The only thing that I could think maybe would be different with a pharmaceutical, obviously, from what I've seen, they're a little bit less potent, and then they also have a diuretic in them most of the time to combat that water retention. So you're getting a diuretic effect built into it.
With the pharma grade ones?
With I don't know about all of them, but I've heard that like a lot of them are that way. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Serostim doesn't have a diuretic attached to it, but most of the other name brands, they have like a diuretic in it.
That's okay. So I had heard the opposite actually. I heard a theory. Someone was saying that the reason maybe that people get an increase in their resting heart rate from the generics or GH specifically was because there's what did they? I can't remember what diuretic they said it was, but it was like a mild one. But if you're just hammering a high dose of the growth hormone all the time,
yeah.
But you get watery on them, so
that's what I'm wondering.
That can't. I do get the resting heart rate increase though, for sure.
Yeah, I
And
remember
it's like,
last summer you were running into that a lot. Like in the group chat, we were talking about it, or I think it was last summer.
mhm.
And dude, what did you do to combat that?
I didn't.
Nothing. There's nothing you could
I
do.
tried. I tried everything. I mean, and I didn't try everything. I tried Nabipolol, right? We tried 5 milligrams first, literally zero change. I took it up to 15, just experimenting, and I would get like a 2 beat per minute reduction.
That's crazy.
But it's weird because it's not, it's a combination of things because, like you were saying about prep, like I can take, I have like over 10 IUs in prep, and it's like water, you know?
Yeah.
No water retention, no nothing. Like, no numbness of the hands specifically either. That never seems to happen when you're leaner.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's a huge difference too. Your hands are
Yeah.
totally fine when you're in prep.
Yeah. I was telling my buddies that I was just referring to, like, oh, they're saying they can't take more than 3 to 4 IUs. And I was like, bro, when you get in prep next time, try pushing it up, see what happens.
Yeah, that's the
And then
thing.
ride
You gotta
that.
push it.
Yeah. And then ride that out through your rebound or your reverse and see if you can kind of hold on to it. But um, the high dose GH in off season with the high carbs, it's just like I'll eat a meal and I can just feel my shit beating. Like, and what the craziest part is I'll take my blood pressure and it'll be like 115/60, pulse at 95.
That's
So
crazy, man.
I never have the blood pressure issues, bro. And granted, I'm not big as fuck or anything, but it just, I've been on like, 16 IUs of growth and Anadrol and gone to the doctors and had like a 120/70 blood pressure.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
But the
insane.
pulse.
So I'm
So what I
wondering,
was saying is the
wondering,
food though.
yeah, I'm wondering what interaction there is there with the carbohydrates and the GH. Obviously, other than just maybe acute like insulin resistance, but I'm wondering,
I
dude,
was
because I'm having
taking
the same
Atlantis
issue,
too.
man. You know what I'm saying? I'm having the same
Yeah.
problem right now with carbs and GH, like being at both high. That one can be high, but not both. For me, it seems.
You know, I did notice too that if I'm eating the high carbs, like regardless, my metabolic rate goes up, your heart rate goes up, but the GH just makes that acutely worse. So it's like with insulin too, right? It's just like a perfect storm of just don't fucking add trend in there too. It'll make it real bad. But
Oh God, yeah,
and that was the summer where I think all of us were doing the like 10 milligrams a day shit.
yeah.
Um, with our previous coach, that was fun. That's another thing we could talk about. I cannot handle trend even at that low of a dose. I'm just an asshole.
Dude, I've got an interesting theory on that, man. On the
Go ahead.
on the low dose versus like a little bit. I wouldn't say high dose, but moderate dose. I saw more issues with it at a lower dose than just bumping it up. And granted, I
Same
was
Esther.
yeah, like when I first ran it, I ran like the 10 milligrams a day kind of thing, like that approach. And then this last prep, man, I was like so scared to throw it in. I was like, man, that shit was not a good time last time. But I started seeing a good effect from it, and I felt fine. So I started bumping it up, and I got up to like what was it, 60 milligrams a day. So I think that's 420 a week. And dude, felt fine, sleeping good, everything. So I bumped it up to 70 a day. That's where I found some issues. Sleep
That's all.
sleep was non-existent there, and then like the acid reflux kicked in pretty hard. So I was like, all right, let me bump it back. So I bumped back to like 50 mgs a day. I found that to be pretty manageable. But it
See,
seemed
I
like
kind of
at the lower dose, you almost notice more of the little effects. But once you bump it up high enough, it's like it's kind of in the driver's seat a little more, so it feels a little better than just getting these like mild little feelings
yeah.
and stuff from it, if that makes sense.
You're reaping way more benefit to
Yeah,
offset. But I tell people the same thing because like I liked experimenting with the 10 milligrams of Trinidad, but it's like for what it gave me, it was just more of a headache than anything. And I'm sure other people, would say things contrary to that, but I would rather just take a dose. And for me, like, I mean, 200 is like, I'm getting a great effect. Like, I'm feeling the trend in the gym, and that's a very specific fucking feeling, you know,
Yeah.
where I call it like the God complex, where you get that nasty pump and your shoulders are so capped, things that only trend can do that,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I'm that motherfucker. Like, that makes the side effects more worth it, and bearable, and you're more willing to deal with it, I guess. Yeah, the smaller doses, dude. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever do that again. And also, I want to try running a Nanthate next time.
I like E, man, for sure. I all these things that we were told that are not good are like, dude, when I first started, I'm like, we were just getting such regurgitated bullshit because once I've started experimenting and doing my own thing, man, all these like D ball being bad, D ball is awesome. I love D ball. Great
Didn't you
compound.
do injectable?
Yeah. I've got some injectable D ball still. I got one bottle on accident from a company, and
Yeah,
they told me just keep it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eventually try it. So I tried it, and if you're peeled, it's awesome. Same with like
for sure.
injectable Anadrol is awesome. Um,
Done that.
yeah, dude, that's probably honestly, if it didn't have like side effects and wasn't so toxic, I would love to be able to use that like consistently for an off season or something like that. But the way it is, man, I'll just sporadically put it in for like a leg day or something like that. I haven't used it in
And
some months.
you don't get the full like effect if you're not running it for at least a few days in a row, which is kind of a shame too.
Yeah.
'Cause I've done the same thing recently. I came across a bottle of injectable Superdrol, and like 30 milligrams of that before my arm day, and I look so sick in the gym, dude. And it's just like such a intensely full pump that you get from that. I can only imagine running that for a couple of weeks straight. But
Yeah.
dude, I would feel like shitty after the lift. Just toxic, you know.
I haven't.
You know that's no good.
That's one I have not tried, man. Is the Super Draw? I've wanted to try it.
Yeah, one of our old teammates lives near me, and he gave me a bottle of that and the injectable Anadrol. And I've tried the Anadrol before. I still got the bottle he gave me sitting here, but I did about half the bottle of Superdrol, and I was just sitting there. It'll probably crystallize before I ever use the rest of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That stuff's like just you use it and you just know it's like there's no way I could use this consistently.
yeah, dude, I'd rather
Especially
use Anavar or something,
you smell
to be
that
honest.
glycol, that nice glycol
Dude,
smell.
no, I kid not. Honestly,
You didn't smell it,
mm-mm.
dude. Okay, so I'll say the Chinese shit that I got, you as soon as you like open that bottle or the box that the bottle's in, you immediately or pop that lid, I should say. Once you pop that seal, you can immediately smell it. But then the American brand that I have, you don't smell it. It's weird. I don't
Hmm.
know what they do to make that not smell or anything, but I did notice that, man, with the injectable Anadrol from. I don't want to freaking get in trouble for it, but
Yeah, is it the one that we all use? The first Chinese source that we all use that doesn't carry oils anymore? Starts with an A.
uh, yes, actually, yes, it's that one. And then the American one is the one that's Candy, the Candy
Yeah,
company. Um,
let me see.
their stuff is great. But that's the one that you don't
I've been
smell it
working
at
on.
all.
Yeah, I wonder what that means, if it even means anything, because they have to use that the propyl like the glycol, whatever, propylene glycol or glucol, some shit. There's a couple different things they can use, and neither of them are good.
Yeah, I've heard
But
it's not good for you.
dude, I used to see the craziest shit on that particular sources list. Like they had injectable oxandrolone. Um,
Yeah, man,
Never got that.
that dude. I wish, man. I hope she comes back around or they come back around. That would
Yeah,
be That would be awesome because some of those, like I think they had injectable YK and all kinds of shit.
Hmm.
Not that these
They
are
had
things I
inject.
would promote and want to use like for long periods, but just to experiment, man, just to see.
Yeah, I know that I don't have like a future as like a competitive bodybuilder that would be any good. So I'm just kind of trying to be a jacked dad and experiment. So yeah, but I remember they also had like standalone, which is just the injectable DHT.
Dude, Derek told me he loves that shit, man.
Yeah,
He's been raving. Well, he was raving about that for powerlifting, and he was like, "Man, I swear this was like the missing piece right here," because he said it was controlling his estrogen so well. But then he said like the strength from it was insane.
really.
Yeah, so I think he was using that stacked with what was it? I don't want to freaking say anything crazy. It was some crazy compound that aromatizes pretty heavily, and he was
Was it
able to
meant?
like stack this little, have this little synergy between everything, and he was like, "This shit is God's nectar right here." When I was talking to him last time, I forgot what he was running alongside it, Trestolone or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was running Mint and then the DHT and then tests.
You know what's interesting? So I was doing a little experiment. I was doing an estradiol base with DHB as my androgen pretty recently,
How was that?
and it ended horribly. It's crazy. It ended with me, full transparency, with a limp dick crying.
Oh, dude, I
Pretty
can only imagine.
much. Dude, so I'm gonna try it again because I got estradiol cypionate right here, and as it was all kicking in, I bullshit you not, bro. 240 milligrams of DHB, 1 milligram of estradiol sip. As that was saturating, I must have like passed like my sweet spot on estrogen because I felt so fucking good, dude. And I put on like 5 pounds in like 2 weeks on the scale. It was
Man,
just full and hard. And like I said, 240 megs of DHB, that was it. And it was a crazy look. And then the estradiol was saturated all the way, and it was all bad, bro. I took a bunch of Proviron, pinned about 500 milligrams of test, took a few Arimidex tablets to crush any roll. Because the thing is with the estradiol that you inject, you can't crush it down with Arimidex or Letra or anything.
oh shit, because it's like in an ester, so it's like,
Yeah,
what can you do with it?
it's not aromatized. It's not coming from testosterone, so you're kind of fucked. But Derek's advice, he was like, take Proviron, dude. I felt like a new man the next day.
Dude, I really like Proviron, man. Even like deep in prep, even if you're not doing it for a look, dude, just the way you feel out taking it, like sexual function, and then just energy and literally just like well-being, a sense of well-being, man. You feel so much better on that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally buy like 10 bottles in my next order because I like I said, I'm kind of doing this more for a lifestyle thing now. And to be honest, the reason I tried the estradiol base cycle was I was trying to do that for HRT, bro, because the dude that I had helping me with it, I mean, this guy, I'll send you some of his stuff later. He is in the best way possible, like an autistic fucking savant with hormones, and he's reversed gyno on himself with DHT cream, and he's done some crazy experiments, bro, and he's proved, right? I say that with quotations because it's like it's really convincing. I'll give him that. That DHB is not toxic. It is inherently the hormone. It's not toxic. The reason that people's blood work get fucked up is because when it's brewed at 100 milligrams per milliliter, it crashes in the injection site and causes all kinds of issues. But if you do it with a lower concentration, you don't have that issue. So I found it at 50 milligrams per milliliter, and it was fine.
Huh.
Um,
So running,
yeah,
so really the toxicity happens from the gear crashing at a higher milligram per milliliter, basically.
right. It holds in oil at 100 megs per mil. But the way he explained it to me, and this makes a lot of sense, is in the vial, it's like 80% MCT oil, like 20% uh, benzyl alcohol or whatever. I can't remember exactly. So if there's anybody that's a Bruise Gear watching this thinks I'm an idiot, my bad. But when you inject that solution, the alcohol absorbs first, and then you're left with an even more concentrated DHB that wouldn't hold in a vial, right? Because the alcohol's gone.
Yeah.
And now that's in your body, and that crashes and just turns into fucking. I don't know if you've seen crash gear. Oh, I sent you pictures of mine.
Yeah.
Just looks like meth.
Yep.
In a jar, right? So it's just shards of hormone floating in you, and that causes your CRP to shoot up, and then liver enzymes go up from G or the ALT and AST from muscular damage. All that. So it makes sense, like Colton's story where he got like really high liver enzymes from DHB. That's probably why.
Yeah.
And that explains the PIP that people get.
That really makes sense with the PIP now, because yeah, there's a lot of companies out there that have it brewed at that 100 milligrams per milliliter. So it makes tons of freaking sense now. Man, I would have never thought that. I just automatically always write it off as like it's a super toxic compound.
I'll show you where you can get it at 50. And I mean, it's cool. But to be honest, it felt way stronger when I used the estrogen base. And it felt like I felt way more vital, like when before the estrogen was kicked in all the way.
Yeah.
But once I added like Test and Primo and then had that on top, like I couldn't tell. You know what I mean?
Got you.
I really couldn't tell. Like people say it's like trend. I don't know.
See, that's what I've heard is people take that and like run that in place of using Tren. Like use it at similar milligrams as Trenbolone, but you know, in place of, and get a similar result.
Yeah, I think maybe if you're really lean, it might produce a similar look because I was blasting full on that shit.
Yeah.
It was nice. It just, kind of just didn't go my way. The experiment. Thank you. My wife gave me a chocolate covered strawberry.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So I was telling Derek about all that shit, and I believe he's actually experimenting with it now too.
With the estradiol base.
Yeah. Dude, it sounds so crazy, but the dude that does these cycles, the way he explains it, it's so there's reasons behind it that make a lot of sense. And you really need testosterone to fulfill the role of estradiol, really. And then it's an anabolic, right? But if you just fulfill the role of estradiol with estrogen and then use more selective anabolics, like theoretically, it'd be a good cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that, man. And having success. Especially people that like, I guess really if you aromatize pretty heavily and you didn't want like testosterone just running, rampant, I feel like you could technically, if you were smart enough with it, you could just leave that out, use the estradiol base, and then, use non-aromatizing compounds on top of that. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna try it again. I want it to work.
Cool effect out of that.
Hey, the dude that does all this, his name's Austin, by the way. Parabolic33 on Instagram, but he does like hours of content on Ryan Root's older podcasts.
Yeah. Where
he just talks about all this shit, right? And he would run like 2 grams of Tren with estrogen based.
God,
and
dude.
Hey, his transformation is fucking nuts too, dude. Like he put on like 120 pounds in like 3 years.
That's crazy.
Something mind boggling like that is crazy. So
yeah, dude. Hey, you can't knock the progress, or if it works, you can't knock it.
Yeah, when it went sideways for me though, it was probably like the worst I've ever fucking felt. Like I'm so lucky that I had Proviron to remedy it because I was like, dude, I felt like suicidal though.
Yeah, that
I was like, why am I?
Especially like a synthetic estrogen running rampant like that, dude. Ooh, that's a different ball.
Cypionate, bro. That's in there forever.
Yeah, man, that's in there a couple weeks, like at least 10 days or so. You're probably, unless you're fighting it with something,
I mean, you can't though.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
You literally have to wait it out. It's crazy. Oh man, but yeah,
like you're on your period the whole time, dude.
Yeah, maybe I should have done a half mega estrogen. I don't know, but yeah, I got fucking 9 vials sealed up sitting here, so I could trans myself if I want. I could turn into a woman.
Dude, I've been wanting to get more versed with that just for women's HRT, man, just to figure out how to use it in their stacks. Because I like, my wife and then some other people, other females that I know and help, and some that I coach are, on testosterone for their HRT. But I want to know how to like add in, how to get the progesterone, how to stack that in there with the estradiol and all that stuff. Really get all that stuff dialed in.
I tried sublingual progesterone too, bro.
Dude, I've heard good things about it, especially alongside like Tren.
Yeah, so the time when I should have used it was in prep when I couldn't sleep. Unfortunately, I didn't know about it then. I ran into Justin Mahaley's content in my rebound, and I was still just like could not sleep.
That's who I'd
You know?
learned that. That's who I'd heard that from. The using the progesterone.
Yeah. So I tried it, and first night I try it, I sleep great. So I tried this a few times, but like the third day, dude, I was a complete and total zombie. Like I'm talking like I would go to work and barely be able to function, bro.
So
It just
tired.
completely took, yeah, just completely took all the life out of me, bro. I was just sedated and like just felt like shit, bro, and just starving. I mean, I was in my reverse, so it's probably unrelated, right? But yeah, it was, and I was doing like I can't remember, like 3 drops of the brand that he recommended. I can't remember. I got it sitting here still, bro. And I'm not afraid to use that shit if times get rough again, but don't go using it willy nilly.
Yeah, that's literally I heard it from him, man. For the same, kind of the same thing. Like if you were using Tren or something or deep in prep, and your sleep took a hit, progesterone would be something to implement that could really help. So hearing you say
Yeah.
that, now I'm wondering if it helps too much, where it's like, can you get through the prep if you're that fucking tired?
I think, dude, I wish I had it in prep. I wish I knew. Because I'm the kind of guy that I just can't sleep. I fall asleep for 3 hours, I'm up, and I'll be up for 3 hours, and I'll be lucky if I get another hour of sleep, like, early in the morning, like 4 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Um, I tried everything. I tried trazodone, every over the counter you could think of. And trazodone worked at first, but then it ended up just making me feel like a lifeless zombie after about a week.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've had good times and bad times with that one.
yeah, it's any of the psychiatric medication, I would just advise people to steer fucking clear of that if you don't really need it.
Yeah,
Just rewiring your brain like that.
Yeah, I've honestly found success, dude. Like, because that's my one kryptonite is sleep, dude. Some nights I get the best sleep when I pull all that shit out. If I just take my blood pressure meds and go to like lay down, eat my last meal and lay down. I found like almost trying too hard to combat the stuff, you almost give yourself like anxiety where you can't go to like your brain doesn't turn off when you do go lay down. Like you're like, oh, I got to take my melatonin, my GABA. I need to take all my magnesium, and it turns into this freaking laundry list of shit you got to take, and then you still get like 2 hours of sleep. That's so discouraging sometimes, dude. You're like, what am I doing here?
I think that just for some people, it's just not going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's like your basic caveman fight or flight instincts kick in. Your body's starving, thinks it's dying. It's like, hey, go get up and kill a moose or a woolly mammoth, bro. Go get us some food. You can't be sleeping.
It's crazy too how like, dude, prep has shown me how fucking far the body can go to, man. Like in that state, when that fight or flight hormone kicks in, You can go, dude. And I'm not proud to say this, but you can go some days on end, like training hard, doing cardio, barely eating, and your body, your body will let you keep going for a while, man. Like that,
Yeah,
it's insane.
yeah. Um, did you or have you ever like taken the stimulants to like an abusive level?
Yeah, probably not a good level for sure. Uh, definitely pushed the clean to like what was I up with the clean? 120, no, it'd have been 160. 160 mics of clean.
That's pretty high. I mean,
Then I pushed the Yohimbine to like 20 migs a day.
that's
That's
where most people would tap out is just on the Yohimbine alone.
yeah, that wasn't very fun, dude. I was literally just sweating and freezing at the same time
Yeah,
sometimes, like just from cooking so much fat. You were just like get so hot and like overstimulated, and then be like freezing cold. Um, what else did I have in there? Ephedrine, dude. I definitely don't like that one. That one's
that's what I love that shit.
dude. Nah, I think
I love it.
I was too peeled, man, when I put that in last time. It was just like it was sucking the life out of me when I'd put that in and do cardio. This was my first prep. I didn't use that in my second prep, but that first
What
prep,
do you
dude.
mean sucking the life out of you? Like making you flat?
No, it was like, dude, it was like the last bit of like energy, like literally just life force that I had. It was like that was allowing me to tap into it, and then once I
Yeah,
was done with that cardio session, it was like I had no gas left to do anything left
yeah.
for the day. I would just have like a
That's
big crash after.
what's funny is yeah, I don't. I wish that I was taking more Clen because I like Clen. I get along with Clen. It doesn't really fuck me up. I don't get anxiety from it. I was taking the Helios, which is just, honestly chef's kiss. I fucking love that shit. You know what the Helios is? The injectable Clen and Yohimbine.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't.
hadn't tried it, but I've heard great things about it.
It's nice because it kicks in like that, dude. Like you do your little morning routine, do your peptides and your Helios, and then like 5 minutes later, you're like, let's go.
Ready to roll.
But I was only taking 50 milligrams a day. I would have liked to go to like 80, 100, you know? So I started just kind of pulling the trigger on my own with the ECA stack with the ephedrine. And dude, I'm an addict in recovery, bro. So like that was kind of dangerous for me because the first time I used the ephedrine, oh my god, bro, I was doing my check-ins in the morning and my posing, and it hit me, and I just felt like such a rush of energy. You know, you can just like breathe really good. It like dilates like what are your airways or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
it's like a euphoric
yeah,
little stimulant buzz.
yeah. I never got that buzz ever again, but I started doing it like twice a day, 3 times a day, some days. It just, I was like leaning on it to like get through the days, and then is when it wears off, just like this, the most, yeah, just gassed out, fucking, lethargic, depressed sack of shit ever. That was me.
Yeah, man. Dude, did
Yeah.
you ever when you first throw in Yohimbine, do you ever get like almost get like flu feeling, like sick feeling from it?
No, you just reminded me though because I just started my cut kind of unplanned on Monday. Kind of switch gears here, but it reminded me I gotta put the Yohimbine on my pill thingy. I love Yohimbine, dude.
I've got a love hate with it. Like there's been times I put it in and I'll throw it in and it's like it'll immediately make me feel like sick. And then I'll have to kind of muster through it for a day or two and then I'm like, "Oh, this is the best." Like I feel great on it. I love the way I feel on it. I even took it on show day this last year or this last show.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it was just it does something to I don't know how it works and somebody that knows the science behind it would probably explain it better. But dude, it does something for gyno for sure.
Really?
I don't know how it works, but it targets like I noticed when I would take it, the literally around my chest, the skin around it would tighten up. So around there, and then my love handle area, like my lower back would get way tighter taking the yohimbine too.
So that's Vicar Steve says stuff about that. Like yohimbine is just in general good for like stubborn fat air places, and he specifically calls out lower stomach and lower back.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's just you with your like your chest too.
Yeah, that's my two stubborn areas is like my chest and lower back. So I would say for sure
Yeah,
it like it feels like it pulls the sub Q water out of that space too, like really effectively.
dude, I like the way it makes me feel. Like that for me is how caffeine should feel.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like
I
that shit
agree.
is like does not disappoint. Um, it's fun, dude. The body fat thing is weird because my lower abs, my abs in general, they're just like I have shallow abs. They don't protrude a lot. Like I have to flex them to really see them, even when I'm like really lean.
Yeah,
Bro, like that's also the last body part for me to get lean. Like my hamstrings will be fully in, like glutes coming in, and you can barely see my abs. Crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Do you
sucks.
think it's just a muscular development thing, or it's like
Yeah,
yeah? I'm
it's
wondering.
that, and it's also like just that's the last spot my fat hangs on for me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with my honestly my stubborn areas, man. It's literally lower back and then glutes. I could, dude, I could be cross striated in my quads. Have my chest? Well, really, my chest isn't too bad on stubbornness, but chest could be striated. Everything could be ready like from the front. Then my lower back, dude, I could literally have like a fucking inflatable tire around my. Looks like I have an inflatable tire hanging off my lower back. Like
Really,
with just that's how fat I still am back there. It's so weird, man.
that's I think most people though. I think that's like the common scenario in bodybuilding is the glutes and lower back are like the last thing to come in. Hamstrings maybe.
Yeah, I just wish I'd
I don't know
carried it a
why that is.
little bit better, man. It's displaced so terribly. It's like on the lower back, but on the back of my obliques on the sides. So as soon as I
Mhm.
get fat, my waist just goes out here. I
Yeah,
might not even have that much body fat, but it's all just on the sides of my obliques and like lower back. I'm like, God, dude.
I was just gonna ask you if that's the first place it goes back to, but I guess it does.
Yeah, immediately that gets fat.
Yeah, my body fat is this last time for this prep that I did last year was the first time I've truly been peeled, and my body fat did redistribute a little more evenly everywhere. So my abs are a little better, even being at a higher body fat percentage. But I mean, we're gonna see here in these next weeks how it disperses once I start getting leaner.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, bro. I'm hoping that it's not as bad,
What's
but
so are you're just shredding down just like summer shred thing, or you got like you gonna do a contest or anything, or like you
no,
said it's
I
kind of
just
just lifestyle right now?
yeah, I just well, I mean, I'm just gonna say it like this. I love bodybuilding. I love every aspect of it except start,
Yeah.
right? And I don't think that I'm have like a future in being a competitor that's gonna like I'm not gonna go anywhere with it really, right? I have some very troubled body parts. So however, that being said, like I still want to live the bodybuilding lifestyle. I love it. I love the structure. I love, eating the meals, the training. I love experimenting with the drugs, all that shit. So I'm gonna keep doing that and keep bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I'm just probably not gonna compete again. And then, my daughter's about to be born in 10 weeks, so I'm
Dude,
not trying
I
to.
meant to ask you about that too, man. How's
Yeah,
that,
dude.
dude? Reality setting in yet, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but like today we were walking, um, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm about to be a girl dad." Like sometimes it really hits me,
Yeah.
and other times I'm just like, I'm very detached from it because I'm not carrying the baby. Like I see the bump. I know she's my daughter, but I'm just like, it's weird, bro. It's super weird,
Dude, once
you
she
know?
gets there, it's gonna. Oh man, it's the best thing in the world, dude. Like, and now my daughter's 2. So seeing her grow up and stuff a little bit now, she can talk and like think for herself a little more. And dude, she's so like just my best friend already. It's so funny, man. She's me as a girl, literally me if I was a little girl. It's hilarious.
I'm so excited.
I feel like you'll be the
Like
same, man,
all,
because you like you're gonna want to be there and be a good dad. You already are. You strive to do that already, and she's not even here. So, you guys are gonna definitely share that bond too, man. You're gonna love that shit.
yeah, I'm stoked, dude. It's it's funny too, dude, because we conceived her while I was on so much shit, bro.
Oh, she's gonna be, dude. Epigenetics through the roof, dude.
That's what I'm hoping, bro. Because my wife is like an athlete too. Like she played like volleyball like all through college, and bro, like if my wife wanted to bodybuild, like she's got crazy genetics, dude. Like her like back musculature for someone that just trains very casually.
Yeah,
Like she can do like a lat spread, and it's impressive. It's like
dude. Get her on a cycle after the baby comes out.
she would never, bro. She would never. Hey, that's the crazy thing. She doesn't even really like lifting. Like she goes to spend time with me, and just because she knows it's good for her. But like when we first started dating, we were squatting, and I was like, "You can go heavier than that. You can go heavier than that." Bro, I had her squatting 2 plates like by the end of the session, and I was like
That's
it would
crazy.
take some, yeah, most women like years to achieve this, and you're just doing it. Like it's no big deal.
Dude, that's how my girl is, man. She's literally she can not train for a month and go in there and just load up the leg press like 6, 7 plates, repping it out like 15, 20 reps. I'm like, what in the world? And she doesn't want to. She wants to compete one day, but like she's in no
Yeah,
hurry, so she's just like kind of experimenting around with the dieting and like growing and stuff like that, dieting down, growing tissue, stuff like that. But dude, yeah, she's
yeah. I
got
remember you saying before that you helped her with all that stuff.
yeah, like we got her on like some HRT, and she's pretty regimented with like protein and at least hitting her protein goals for the day. And then she, I guess, on her own, kind of does like a carb cycling style thing. Like if she's not training, she pretty much will go no carb and just do like veggie meals and veggie protein. And then if she does train, she'll do like pretty much just peri workout carbs. So she's pretty regimented with herself, like with her
Damn,
stuff when she's on it.
damn, that's me and you would fucking keel over and die with that little bump, dude, huh?
Oh, dude, I know. I'm
Holy
like, I'll be making something, and like, I know she hadn't trained, but I'll like make rice or something. Be like, hey, you gonna eat rice? She'll be like, no. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get. I would be dead. Even if I didn't
yeah.
train, I still gotta have like some carbs through the day. She can just go like no carb for 2, 3, 4 days, no problem.
I don't think I've ever had a zero carb day ever. I've had like the lowest mine got, I think, were 150 on my rest days, and it was all from fruit. I had literally a meal of 4 meals of like meat and fruit, and then one with like eggs and Greek yogurt in the morning, and horrible
Yeah,
suffering with that.
dude, I can't do it, man. I hate going. I mean, I can, but I hate going that low. It blows.
Yeah, horrible, horrible. Which I was gonna say is, since I started my deficit this week, I was like, it's time to start the Retta, you know. So I took 2 milligrams on our last, chat that we had, like how I took a little bit before Thanksgiving and it just like ruined my appetite. And I was really sensitive to it after the break. Like I feel like these 2 milligrams I took, like I mean, yeah, it helped, but not like I thought it would. You
Yeah.
know,
So you did
like
two
today I'm
milligrams
having,
at once, like in one shot.
yes,
Oh
I
shit.
wanted to see like the impact, right? And like I would say my hunger is probably reduced by about 40%, which I remember doing it before and it was just like no desire to eat for weeks, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm still like very hungry for my meals and like need that, you know what I mean? But I'm not wandering to the kitchen in the middle of the night. And bro, I do that year round, regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so that's good. But like today, I'm having carbs, so maybe like 210 with this strawberry, 215. And I chopped that into 4 meals, so I have like a long fast in the middle of the day
Nice.
while I'm working, just to, like, yeah, just so I can like kind of backload the meals towards the end of the day, so for just so I'm more satiated. And it was it's been pretty good so far, but yeah, I'm gonna need to bump it up or switch to tirzepatide.
Yeah. So what is your? So you said you're at like 200 carbs. What is your protein at now? Doing
No,
down like that.
just for the non-training day, it's 200 carbs and then 200 protein.
Got you. Okay.
I'm not going super high with it. I'm trying to keep the calories like as low as I possibly can. So on these training days, because I'm trying to do like a shorter cut. Because to answer your question from before, I'm doing this deficit so I can get lean and grow again. That's literally. I'm not trying to look good or nothing. I'm trying to get bigger. So trying to do it. My window that I have that I'm trying to work with here is like 10 weeks until my daughter's born, and then from there I'll do push the food back up. But my training days are 400 grams of carbs, 225 protein, and like 40 fat.
Nice.
It's like a little over 3,000 calories, which that's super satiating with the amount of Retta. It's just these non-training days right now are a bit rough, but whatever.
What do you? So where's your fat at? Like on your non-training days, do you go up a little bit higher in fat?
Yeah, 70 grams.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I would do.
like I had 2 eggs. Yeah, I had like 2 eggs, whole avocado for my first meal with some non-fat cottage cheese. So just protein, fat, and bro, that held me over for hours this morning. It wasn't, and this is interesting. It wasn't until I introduced carbs to the day and had that, insulin spike that I like started really getting hungry.
I've noticed that too, man. If in prep, especially, I'll try to do. A lot of times, I'll take advantage the same way you just did. I'll do protein, fat for the first meal, and try to like utilize my morning at work for like even more fat burning. So I'll do a meal like that after like post workout cardio or fasted cardio or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed the same thing, man. I'm like still satiated. I'm not hungry at all. And then you introduce those carbs, and then it's like off to the races for the rest of the day.
Crazy.
On hunger.
Yeah, I was having an issue when during prep where like I had a decent amount of carbs in meal one, like 'cause I prepped them pretty decently high food. I was on like 3,500 calories till like 7 weeks out or something.
That's good. That's not bad.
Yeah, so my first meal was like 2 eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurt, and 4 pieces of Ezekiel bread, right? And so I would just make and honey. So I would just swap that out for syrup, and I would make French toast every day. It was fucking amazing,
Can't beat that.
But eventually it got down to no honey and just 2 slices of bread, and that's like 30 grams of carbs or 25 grams of carbs with the Ezekiel bread. And I would have an insulin spike, and I would go hypo like 30 minutes later, like every day, bro, for weeks once the food got lower.
Yeah.
So once we removed that bread, it was smooth sailing. It was totally fine.
It's crazy. Yeah, I've done that. It's like if you do too low of carbs, it's just a little spike, and then you just come crashing down. There's like nothing to support it.
Nothing worth. It's not even worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that with like I'll put in like I've had a meal that's like 20 grams of carbs, so I'll just do like 2 unflavored rice cakes, which is really like 16 grams of carbs or something. And then dude, same shit. I'll eat, and then it's like 45 minutes later, you can feel like the hypo setting in pretty hard, almost like you took some insulin, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. That's like the reactive hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, dude. I'm not the biggest rice cake fan, and I don't understand when I see people eat them when they're pushing food, because it's like the least calorie dense thing in the fucking world. It's like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
so dry too. It's like,
Dude, I found pushing food, dude. I do. Man, people would probably laugh at my shit. I'd basically do rice and chicken and rice and turkey. Like that's my base meals. But then like meal one, I do like fucking juices and honeys and syrups and stuff like that start getting added in like to push the carbs up, especially here the past like 2 weeks, man. I was trying to do everything just like rice and meat, but dude, the rice was get like 200 grams of carbs in just straight cooked rice is that's a lot of rice, man.
wow.
And
That's
so
like,
I started doing like honey and stuff like that, keeping them a little smaller, and it makes it so much easier, man. You can get 5,000, 6,000 calories down pretty easy doing shit like that.
yeah, I'm pretty versed in getting the carbs in. I know this is controversial, bro, but I'm gonna put you on game, dude. I know it's polarizing the cereal thing, but these motherfuckers, bro.
I have a bag of that on top of my fridge right now, dude. I haven't opened it
Dude,
yet.
that and like the generic fruity pebbles with the marshmallows in them, bro.
Dude, that's so funny. You got the you're a hood motherfucker just like me, dude. You got the cheap ass
That's
cereal in the bags, dude.
so good.
It's the
Yeah, when you're
best.
eating a lot of it too, you know,
Huh?
like, and when you're eating a lot of it, it's like I'm not buying $6 box fucking brand name shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, dude. Go to Walmart or wherever and go to the bag. I go straight to the bag cereal for that kind of stuff. They've got another one. Shit. It looks like little pieces of toast. What's it called? Not.
Is it the is it the knockoff of the cinnamon toast crunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like little pieces
yeah,
of.
that's good too.
That one's good. Then they got another one that looks like waffles. Uh, Dude,
Yes,
that one's gas.
uh, dude, waffle crisp, like the original one's one of my favorite cereals, but it's like non-existent anymore.
Yeah, man, that was so good. I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah. Hey, you said you were putting honey and syrups on the rice. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, dude, I'll do so like say I do like a spicy like I'll do like a chicken and I might do like a Thai chili, spicy Thai chili or something sauce, and then I'll put like honey on top of it on the rice and just kind
Hmm.
of mix it in. Do like a sweet and spicy kind of thing. And then sometimes I do like a breakfast rice. So instead of doing oats, I'll do like rice and banana and honey and syrup, cinnamon, stuff like that. Or I'll just throw it in the oats. But yeah, man, you can get the carbs up super. You obviously, you can pour
Yeah,
that shit and it gets the carbs up pretty high pretty quick.
I was leaning on honey and maple syrup like really tough these last like 4 weeks of this bulk that I was doing. I was doing like 100 grams of oats in the morning, and then I'd do like 60 grams of syrup. You know what I mean? And I'd have like some juice with it.
Nice.
And then my pre-workout meal before I was doing the cereal would be 450 grams of cooked rice, 6 ounces of chicken breast, and then 60 grams of honey on top, bro. Just like fucking absurd.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right
Fucking
now. It's like any way I can make it a little easier to eat, I'm freaking throwing it on there just because
yeah.
every meal is 100 carbs and then pre-workout. No, a couple of them are 140, and the last two are 100, and then pre-workout, post-workouts 200.
That's a little bit rougher, but if you are doing like, what's another good one is dates.
Love dates, man. They're really good. Have you
Yeah,
tried
I went for dates.
agave syrup?
Yeah, my dad loves that shit. He puts it in his coffee. It's like a lower glycemic carb, if I'm not mistaken, which honey is too. But taste wise, like if I could choose, I would always just go with maple syrup. I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's my favorite. If I out of
It's
all the
fire.
flavors of any like sweet syrupy stuff you can get, that's by far the best.
Hey, have you ever tried making pancakes? Like, do you do cream of rice? You do, right? We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Have you ever used? I'm just sitting by my pantry. Have you ever used this in place of cream of rice, white rice flour.
I have not.
It's same shit, same exact macros. It's just for baking, and you can make it like cream of rice. If you look up what cream of rice is, like on Google, we'll just say it's rice flour. But I do or have done is I'll make pancakes out of that. You literally just mix like whey, that rice flour, and like a little bit of baking powder, bro.
Oh man, that's a good idea.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, yeah, and it's gluten free. It's like cream rice pancakes. It's so good.
I gotta check them out because that brand of that bag that you just had, I get their oats sometimes. They're the Bob, I think it's Bob's Red Mill or something like that.
Yeah,
They make some. I love their oats, man. So I gotta check them out.
$6 on Amazon for that thing.
$10, you said?
6.
Oh shit, that's even better. That's not bad at all.
It's really really cheap. It's really really cheap.
Hell yeah.
So it's worth like cutting your cream of rice with, or if you're. I'm gonna be honest. I always pull those tricks out in prep. I'm like getting creative with my food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you got to. You gotta make it fun.
Dude, I start getting the fascinations with pancakes and prep, and I start turning all my meals into pancakes like a retard. I'm like, oh, fucking 50 grams of carbs from rice? Say less.
Let's make 2 flapjacks out of that.
Yeah. Pancakes and whey protein. But hey, bro, I gotta get this meal in and get ready to wake up, bro.
Yeah, man.
For work tomorrow. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. And let's get my buddy on next week, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And I talked to Anson as well. He said whenever we want him to come on, he's ready to roll with us. So I told him let us do one more to kind of figure out the technicalities and stuff, and then we'll have him on one of these next ones.
Yeah, I think we're ready to rock, dude. And even then, after we do those two, maybe we can just like eventually have it to where it's the talking heads and there's a bunch of us.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Dude, I think it'll work, man. It's gonna take off for sure.
Fuck yeah.
All right, brother.
All right, bro. Good talking to you. Get some sleep.
Yes, sir.
You too.